Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I am back with another Continental knitting stitch tutorial. Today I will be showing you how to knit the woven cable stitch. This is absolutely beautiful. It offers up a lot of texture. The fabric that results from it is very spongy, but it's not too coarse, so it's perfect for scarves and sweaters and other accessories that you may wish to wear or gift for the winter. In order to make this pattern, you are going to not only need your knitting needles today, but you will also be needing a cable needle of some sort. It doesn't have to be this one specifically, but just some form of cable needle. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to dive directly into this tutorial. Before I do, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so I can be a part of your Continental knitting journey going forward. Alright, let's begin. Alright, to begin, we are going to cast on in multiples of 4. So I started off with a slip knot, and I'm just going to do a regular long tail cast on, but you can use any cast on that you would like. You're going to cast on in multiples of 4. Alright, here I have cast on 20, and for this first row of repeats, we're going to turn our work, and we are going to bring in the cable needle right from the start, and we're going to start cabling. We're going to cross 4 across the front. So I'm going to slip off my first 2 stitches and just let them hang to the front of my work, so toward me. I'm going to pick up my knitting needle and I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches. Okay, and now I'm going to pick up my cable needle and knit those 2 stitches off of the cable needle. So there's 1 and 2. Right, and this is our repeat across this row. So again, I want to scoop these next 2 stitches off, and I'm going to slip them off my working needle. My non-working needle, I'm sorry. I'm going to let it fall to the front, and then I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. I'm going to pick up my cable needle so that I can knit those 2 stitches off the cable needle. And this stitch gets less fiddly the more fabric buildup you have, and it also becomes quite rhythmic. One and 2. Alright, and we are going to simply repeat this process all the way across our row until we reach the very end. Alright, and here I am about to slip these last 2 stitches off of my left hand needle. I'm going to knit what are technically the last 2 stitches. And now I'm just going to knit the 2 stitches that are on my cable needle. And 2. And I can set that to the side. And this is row 1. So row 1 doesn't look very impressive. It just looks like a little string of berries or something. So the real magic doesn't come until you at least create 1 or 2 repeats of this 4-row repeat. So we are now going to move on to row 2. I'm going to bring the yarn forward because for row 2 we are simply going to purl each stitch along. Just insert your needle purlwise, yarn over, oops, all the way across. Alright, and knitting these purling these last 2 stitches. Alright, and now we are on to row 3. For row 3, we are going to start offsetting our woven pattern. So we are going to knit the first 2 stitches, just regular old knit stitches. And 2. Okay, after we've done that, then we're going to start cabling again. So I want to bring back my cable needle, and I'm going to loop off these first 2 stitches, but this time I'm going to allow this cable needle to drop to the back of the work. So the first go round we did left cross cables, now we're doing right cross cables, in case you're familiar with that terminology. Alright, so I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches, 1, 2. Then I'm going to come back here and grab my cable needle, and I'm going to knit those 2 stitches from there. 1, 2. So even though you have a bunch of needles all over the place, this is fairly easy to catch on to as you continue on. Alright? Now I am going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. Okay, and now I'm going to cable yet again, so I'm going to scoop off these 2 stitches, slip them off the needle, drop them back to the back, and I'm going to knit the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. Then we're going to go ahead and knit these. Alright, and we simply repeat this process all the way across our row. So we knit the next 2 and then cable across the next 4 all the way across until we reach the last 2 stitches. Alright, and now there are 2 needles left here, 2 stitches left here, so I'm going to knit them off of my left hand needle. 1 and 2. And this is what row 3 ends up looking like on the front side. Now for row 4, we are going to purl every stitch along. So if you haven't caught on, every even row we are going to be just purling all the stitches across, so those are our easy rows, and then for our odd number rows we will simply be repeating rows 1 and 3. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and purl across here. Alright, and this is the last stitch. And this is what the front side of our work looks like. Okay, I want to work this up a couple more times so I can show you all what this looks like in this color swatch. I'll meet you guys back when I have a decent little swatch to show you. Alright, I am back with this sample swatch, and I actually goofed up a little bit, and I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to show you what it could look like if you messed up. It'll be very obvious because at some point your weaves will stop looking like weaves. So here I have the fabric actually woven on either side of this mistake that I made in the center, and it looks like I made it fairly early on. So if you're working your project and you notice something's looking a little off, it is almost always a safe bet to just frog it and start over, because the fabric is actually supposed to turn out like this. A bunch of little interwoven diamonds going on there. I don't know what happened here. Anyway, this was a fantastic learning opportunity for all of us. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If so, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on the future Continental knitting content from me. I typically post these types of tutorials on Wednesdays. This is the end of the year, so this is either the last or the second to last tutorial for the year. But either way, I am happy to have you in my community. Speaking of communities, in July started a pattern members club over on my website called Hey Crafterpreneur. It was a way to start implementing video tutorials in with my written knitting and crochet and centro patterns, and that has been going swimmingly. It's also been a way for me to gain support and be able to continue to make these videos. So if you do enjoy my content overall, my big ask for the end of the year is for you to head over to my website and sign up for Hey Crafterpreneur. It's only it's only $5.99 per month, and you get access to my whole pattern library. I'm also about to launch a huge crochet course which will be available for both right-handed and left-handed people, and I'm so excited to be releasing that. So if you want to dive in and be a part of all of that while supporting my content, I would appreciate it so much. I'll be leaving the link to my pattern club in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy making.